GINA was found malnourished, with overgrown teeth and underdeveloped bones. This little goat's owner had been neglecting her for years, even after repeated warnings from authorities. They finally took her away, where she was assessed by the vets and deemed to have a health score of 0.5 over 5, where the ideal is no short of 3. GINA is now getting better and has been rehomed to a place where her dietary requirements are sufficiently met. Her previous owner, however, has gotten over with only a 320-pound fine and a ban to keep animals for life. This brings about one question. What if GINA was a baby human? The situations are quite similar. Both are dependent on others for caring for them, and both don't have ability to stand up for themselves. The only difference, the species. Should that play a role in determining how justice is served? What makes it okay to take ownership for something only to neglect it to be it anything?
Parinita is a mule that was found lying on the road with a broken leg. She had been abandoned by her owners simply because she could no longer do any work. What is worse, her nostrils had been cut open because the owners believed that would let more air pass into her lungs and thus enable her to work harder. There are two things that are extremely upsetting in this scenario. First, the lack of education. To the extent that people believe that cutting nostrils open would make an animal work better. And secondly, how we decide we can simply use a creature and abandon them when we don't need them. Think of this from Parinita's perspective. She has been with you through thick and thin to support you. And perhaps you have too. But only until the minute you needed her. The moment that was over, you left her. That's a business deal, not a mutual bond. But the point is, animals don't understand business deals. They understand love and companionship. They understand responsibilities and they trust. And when the trust breaks, it breaks them too.
This is a story of a Rottweiler who was emotionally distressed by her owner. Lucy was not short of being screamed, yelled, and verbally abused at every day. The neighbors noted yelping and crying sounds from the owner's apartment along with the slurs she faced. When Lucy was found and passed into expert care, she was anxious, nervous, and of course frightened, just as any human would be. Fortunately, Lucy is better now and is friendly and welcoming to her caretakers. But this does not exempt the fact that she was abused and has faced great trauma. It does not exempt the fact that the owner was wrong and what he did was clearly unacceptable and undeserving for the poor dog. What could we do to prevent such a situation? What could we do to bring justice to Lucy? Does a 300-pound fine, 20 days in rehab, and 6 weeks of curfew suffice? Or should there be more to prevent the same situation in the future? How should we put a price on trauma?
Lakshmi's owner found her with her legs tied in her shed one morning. By the time she was found, she was dead. Later, a laborer who worked at the cow shed admitted to bestiality. This is when an animal is raped by us humans. Rape is cruel, be it any creature that walks the planet. Using animals as a tool for sexual gratification and leaving them to rot reflects very poorly on our sense of the world. On the sense of our ethics and our humanity. It reflects on our selfishness and inability to view the world from different perspectives. It's wrong.